Salve, salve galerinha, Alan aqui trazendo mais vídeo pro canal. Galerinha, hoje nós vamos dar continuidade às nossas aventuras aqui no Genshin Impact. No vídeo de hoje a gente vai estar fazendo aqui a missão do arconte, né? Akasha, pulsa, a chama, kalpa, se ergue através da noite antes do alvorecer. Aqui já é começo, né, das novas missões do arconte, da nova atualização 3.2. Espero que vocês gostem, deixa aquele like, se inscreva no canal. Caso você não seja inscrito, vídeo todos os dias, ative aí o sininho das notificações para você receber a notificação dos vídeos. E vamos aqui sair da casa, né? Tá aqui na frente. Quem disse?
Has everyone arrived? Everyone is already waiting. Well, what are we waiting for?
Please. Wait a moment. Before attending the meeting,
What do you need?
promise me that you won't commit to...
What do you think?
Okay.
Tudo bem, vou tentar. Aqui, a caixa pulsa, chama da kalpa, se ergue. Ok. Lembrando que para liberar essas missões do arconte, né, vocês têm que ir fazendo elas na ordem, já que são missões de história. Vamos entrar aqui na casa dela. Vai ter reunião, né, do pessoal.
Everyone's here so early!
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been?
Are you ready? Very well.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold.
The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to...
You're making...
Eu ainda acho que o Eita é um agente duplo, velho. Sei lá.
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Come on, don't give me that face.
That's what I wanted to hear. Well, traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions,
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions.
Paimon's...
To be honest, I feel the same. But your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind it.
I'm very glad I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. You're welcome. Good luck.
Vamos nos encontrar com a frente. Oh, não. Tem algumas missões aqui mundiais que depois a gente pode fazer aí e colocar na playlist, pessoal.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll hit them!
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah! Also, Candace...
Yes, she did. But I think our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything. I hope this is clear to you.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to boost our morale right now?
Didn't we already do that during...
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation. We all have our jobs to do, after all. It's like how... Of course. Compared to... But the advantage of not being a mercenary... Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind.
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some will exhibit far more potential than others.
Ele é meio arrogante.
This guy. Paimon still remembers...
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. I'll take that as a compliment. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden... You have a good Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I think those mad scholars and mercenaries we encounter... But the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of madness are... Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge. The withering, Elazar, and the sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred?
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is what at least, that's... Wait a second.
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness may...
But if that's the case, what should we do? This is...
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean, it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the event?
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. To make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on the state of some...
Where are we going?
To an eremite...
A base dos eremitas, a gente lembra. Lá do outro lado aqui, né? Não tinha um teleporte pra lá, não? Pensei que tinha um teleporte pra lá. Direto, né? Não. Na base. Ou poderia ter uma montaria, alguma coisa, né, velho? E ali em cima, né?
Oh, you made it.
Huh? What are...
I gave them some... tech.
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use.
Aren't those devices for can knowledge extraction?
Look here.
Huh? More can knowledge?
What's that look on your face?
Paimon's a little scared, but...
Anyway, we're not going to use this. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. Traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule. Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Now, please get...
You want us to record our conviction?
Yes.
Paimon is...
I understand, but trust me, Paimon, this is something we have to do. Because, to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first. Although it may feel like a trick.
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated everything went without a hitch. Now, open your eyes. Here.
What's this?
Read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be no negative.
But what was the point of doing this?
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Huh?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have... You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, imagine if you've been using a device like the akasha since the day you were born. And this device has always, after all that time, a slave to order. And that's why rules are so... In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries.
But what?
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very...
Things you're interested in are really out.
Anyway, I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can...
Small
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few... modifications.
Agora a gente vai pra...
Listen,
ali em cima.
as long as you stick to your...
I thought we agreed on a plan.
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought.
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture and recognize the innate advantages of our plan.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you...
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment. So had I known all Hatham would give you those kinds of suggestions.
Look, you already know that we're all on this...
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficient.
Seems you really do understand.
Traveler, Paimon. Rahman's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Reebok guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Wait, how can we...
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would never let so many unregistered members of the air... My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big group.
That also sounds like something all...
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this...
Of course he does. He told me. There is no... He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success... I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid points.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guard. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies...
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and...
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right...
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help? We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. We have no fear of casualties, because...
Well, now that you've put it but remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendro Archon and those of King Deshret.
Okay, you...
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there. Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operation.
Ah, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation...
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies.
As many as Ain el Akmar? This should definitely be classified as a joint operation.
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible. And treat it as a top priority.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work. Because I trust you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know, even if that guard doesn't know?
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Reebok operation is of great importance. But don't worry.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matras still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covered.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound no matter how you look at it. They don't seem interested in sharing the need.
A reasonable inference.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the akasha will affect our
The akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the akasha...
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need... If you remember, When you first came to Aru village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the akasha. It even gave that but things like that never happened again after we met up with the traveler.
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the akasha controls the
academia firmly believes that all human actions can be...
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally... Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thought, decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the akasha could figure you out. But now, you've joined a team. And I believe the akasha hasn't yet. Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated chaos. The akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, so, in my opinion, you're probably safe for now.
Makes sense to me. I agree. The akasha is not alive.
I guess there are things that even the akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever... Next time, pay attention to...
Will do!
Just remember to stay fit.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Grand Deshret Desert District.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. She will be working with me. The construct...
Beep, cut.
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And,
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your...
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest...
There's no need for flattery. Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side.
Understood. Hurry, bring them...
In 2 days, we... Any questions about...
None at all, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due. Get ready.
E aí? A gente vai adiantar o tempo. 2 dias. 1 dia. Mais 1 dia. Vamos para o deserto. Será que vai acontecer alguma coisa? Os pessoal ali.
Look, over there. Our helpers have arrived already. Let's hurry over.
Wait a moment.
Oh, it's you.
You're my assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. They are our only leads for the case. If they die...
Understood. Everyone! The Eremites are... Make preparations and be ready for combat. Halt!
Oh? What a warm welcome! Judging from those shiny weapons in your hand...
Rahman.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia?
I'm not here to talk.
Nobody's giving me this. Brothers!
Ah, vai rolar uma lutinha aqui. Pô, tem tempo?
Verdict is... Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Odds revealed by...
Time for retribution!
Tá bom.
It's over.
We have subdued them. The operation is now over. All Eremite mercenaries and related...
You pitiful Dendro Archon dogs!
I'm a...
King Deshret will curse you!
Silence!
Oh!
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers.
Yes, sir!
Mahamatra Sino, I will now take my leave. If you need...
Understood. You are dismissed.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
Tá.
This part of the plan went really...
Yes.
That's and that punch you gave...
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport.
Yeah.
Go join up with her.
Speaking of which, is it real...
I have a if we need help, get ready for the...
Então é isso, galerinha, concluímos aí a missão. Eu vou estar dando uma parada por aqui, senão o vídeo vai ficar muito grande se a gente começar ali a outra parte da missão de história do Arconte. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Deixa aquele like, se inscreva no canal caso você não seja inscrito. Vídeo todos os dias, ative aí o sininho das notificações para você receber a notificação dos vídeos. E a gente vai ficando por aqui. Até o próximo vídeo. Valeu, falou e fui!